Hello people, as I've promised, I bring some more recent videos and pictures about evidence of the mud flood and the recent catastrophe in 19th century. So we start with London, and this is I don't know quite the address, but for sure it's somewhere in London. So people just walking near those houses every day, and if you're in London you should check out some evidence and send me some pictures for my review, and please send me an address so we can mark that building. So this is the clear evidence, as I've showed you in my previous videos about Moscow. We've seen a couple of those constructions with these excavation marks, which totally represent that they've been excavated, and even though the other area around is not excavated. So just imagine the amount of mud that was brought here by some catastrophe or whatever, and so you can see that architecture is clearly, we have these type of masks everywhere in Moscow. I should picture some for you in a closer view. So pretty much all these devices, this thing is like a device for some of my videos. I've showed this type of thing. This looks totally the teleportation device, something picture, or panel. It looks like a teleportation device. Watch my video about ancient teleporting. You have those pictures. So those arcs and arches, just write me in the comments so I can know how to pronounce it. I always forget about it, how to say this. In fact, all those masks with people looking still can be edited and re-edited, but by those who actually rebuilt those buildings, and for sure they can add anything while rebuilding or take off the evidence, but this evidence of excavation is surely good enough here. So this is technical college. Just like in Moscow, we have excavated the Polytechnical Museum. So this is in London. Okay, the next one is gonna be a brief video about, let's say, the bird secret ritual, some type of temple. I don't know if you know this guy on YouTube. I bet I've seen him a couple of times, and he was probably speaking English, and this video is in Russian, so it's probably copyrighted by the dude. So as you can see, the area is all buried inside, and what we can see is a very low volume between the floor, what is not right now a floor, and the ceiling. So probably it's a lot higher if we excavate this, and we'll see probably 4 to 5 meter rooms and stuff like this. So pretty much a lot of science. I bet Wise Up would like to watch this video and talk about some devices and stuff like this. So if you know him, please send him a link. Maybe he knows this guy, maybe he is subscribed to him. So these columns also represent for me some type of electricity coils which we see on transformators in big electrical power plants. Okay, so the next one is going to be just a couple of pictures. For example, this one is from Turkey. If you are in Turkey and this picture was brought as some, you know, basin for water right now, so it's like used for that, but it also represents the antique building, and probably it's buried because it's covered with the soil on the top. And look at the picture as it was found. It's totally buried inside, and it's probably was buried on the top of it, so we can see that people, you know, looking at those ruins. And right now it's used for water supplies or something like this, I don't know. So if you are in Turkey, please, you know, let me know about this place. Something like this. So probably some of it is still outside. And this is Mohenjo-daro in India, and at least the picture as it was found looks pretty much buried to me. Somebody will say that this is, you know, some area where nuclear blast was, but I don't see no you know, no signs of nuclear except the devastation, and people might be caught not in the nuclear strike but in the you know, flow of the mud, and that's how we see this, you know, picture right now. So they're just caught in the mud and were dying in there probably for that. Okay, and this is from Greece. Also a picture showing just like this. It was found by French archaeologists in Greece, and pretty much for me it looks like also being very excavated and buried in this dirt and mud. And this is Russia. One of the houses, fancy houses, made of red bricks, and this is the way it was found. And as you can see, we have also windows below the ground level, and the door here, something that is looking like a door. So at least we see some different ornaments here or design. So it's not like here on top, although it looks pretty much the same, but it's not. So probably this is an older building which was buried, and on top of it, as we see in Moscow and Arbat, we see plenty of buildings built on the lower something, which is now like right now rebuilt and don't you know, clearly represent us the evidence, but still we see that something's wrong, that the windows don't look this way if this is the basement. So, but during reconstruction they totally erase all this, you know, evidence with new fancy panels and stones and stuff like this. But this is the old one, so probably they didn't get it yet. Okay, and this is in Egypt, and also looks buried with the mud. And they say they found some some ancient thing of pharaohs, of Ramses, something like this. But how could it be found if not excavated? It was excavated, and this is what I say, everything you find gets to be excavated. So it was covered by something, and this is totally untrue to just, you know, say that it's all a cultural layer. We don't see any cultural layer here. We see only the same thing. This is mud, clay, dirt, and stuff like this. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just like in Moscow, on the street level, we see what we see, and this is the way what we see in Egypt or any other place, except maybe of the color of the soil or mud. Sometimes it is more gray, sometimes it's more, you know, yellow and brown. Sometimes it's more light, sometimes it's more dark. So it just, you know, depends on the area and maybe the solution or compound which was mud representing. Okay, and this is in Dagestan in Russia. Russia has plenty of Muslim areas, but before that, somewhere in Dagestan we see some evidence of a buried construction, and they have, you know, descended there to check it out. So this is how it looks on top, and this is the people going to the entrance. Still, as you can see, it's inside the fortress, but still it's buried inside the fortress. But look at, this is a cross type of, you know, water reservoir or whatever you call it, but it's some types it holds the water inside. But for me, it's just another buried building, you know. If you build something like a well, you make it a round well. So probably this was no use of making this cross type of thing inside. So many hard job to do that. So probably it would be easier to do a round one, as you see everywhere where you find the well. So this is just my thinking, just a theory. Of course, I think just like Kremlin, this fortress was buried in the mud inside the wall area. And inside the Kremlin we see many underground facilities which are buried in the mud, and we even see the windows. I'm gonna walk there and show you that thing. Probably it's not yet covered by the officials, but still it was available for filming. So probably I'll show it in a couple of weeks when I have more time to visit the Kremlin, because we have, you know, FIFA World Cup here in Russia, so everything is really strict inside the officials area. Okay, so this is my point of view. Just like Kremlin, this was buried, just like in Turkey, probably that well was buried, and this is the same thing for me. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video, and don't forget to comment. Your opinion is very important to me, and 90% of the questions are always being answered by me. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you later. Bye.